Hello, y'all. Uh, Thanks for peeping the channel and the videos. It's important that you watch these in order, so that way you know the whole process of the child support contempt hearings, proceedings, review hearings, whatever you want to call it. Just basically the whole um, child support contempt process, purge, and all that. Um, Sometimes it happens in less, sometimes it happens in more, sometimes you end up in jail. Um, you know, but stand your ground, defend your rights, and this can be you. So without further ado, um, this is for educational and informational purposes only. I'm not liable for whatever results you may have by doing this, but I do know that um, sticking to what I did got me the success that I got. So here we go. This is the third fraudulent hearing by these fake judges and fake actors here, basically trying to enforce their debt that has nothing to do with me. Let's go.
Please wait for you are now joining. Hello, this is Judge Lynn, who just joined the line.
I am the accused.
I am the
Is
accused.
that Mr. Quintero?
I'm the accused, allegedly, David Quintero.
I corrected her. You see, is that Mr. Quintero? I am the accused. I'm not going to let them determine my status or who they think it is I am. I don't accept their titles, anything. I say who I am.
All right. Well, welcome. We're going to go ahead and go on the record. We are here in ST 2017-02, 2017-0042. This concerns the state of Arizona as well as David Quintero and Kimberly Hadley. Both Mr. Quintero and Ms. Hadley are present representing themselves. The state of Arizona is represented by the Attorney General's office with Assistant Attorney General Amanda Ayers present. And
This is the third or fourth prosecutor that was had during these hearings. This one, however, is the actual direct assistant to the attorney general. She wasn't in the previous hearings. They had a bunch of actually no no knowledge having prosecutors. I owned them, and they just didn't know what to do. So they finally brought in the big guns, and this is the uh, direct assistant to the attorney general.
well, Ms. Ayers, how would you like to begin today? Would you like to put someone on the witness stand?
Understood. We would like to ask Mr. Quintero some questions, if that's possible.
All right. Mr. Quintero, if you're able to stand and raise your right hand, I'd like to have you sworn in.
No, I'm not interested in that. And for the record, I reserve all my rights and waive none. I am present by special appearance, in proprio persona, as the accused. There are multiple permanent due process errors and violations on the record. This matter is tainted. These errors cannot be cured. This matter is over. There's only two options. You dismiss this matter with prejudice, or write an order so that I can appeal and file my lawsuits. There's nothing more for today.
I ended this hearing in 1 minute and 50 seconds. Right after I said that, nothing was going to happen. It was over. Okay, the rest is just details, they're unimportant. But this was over at this moment. It was done.
Oh, sir, I disagree with that. We are proceeding. You have the option of affirming rather than swearing. Would you prefer that?
I appreciate.
As you saw in the previous hearings, they would say, "Do you swear or affirm?" And now this judge, this fake judge, which, by the way, I looked her up, says that she had 25 years of experience. Mattered a fuck. That didn't matter at all. So anyway, yeah, affirming or swearing in, it's the same thing, But here she is trying to trick me into submitting to their jurisdiction.
It's your question, but I'm not interested.
So the problem, if you don't swear or affirm, is that nothing that you state will be sworn testimony.
Yep.
Let me just ask one more time. Do you wish to be sworn in or affirm, or are you refusing to do that?
I appreciate your question, but I'm not interested.
I'll consider that to be a refusal to be sworn in or to affirm. In light of that, Ms. Harris, do you still want to question Mr. Quintero?
I do not, Judge. I can simply provide an update and some recommendations.
All right, very good.
So since the last hearing, there's been absolutely no information received by the Attorney General from Mr. Quintero until about May 23rd. Payments were coming in weekly through unemployment benefits.
Which, by the way, is illegal. I've already filed paperwork, and I just found out that they got served, the Attorney General and the Child Support Agency and the Do Nothing No Good Baby Mama. Yeah, I told them that they need to return those unemployment payments, or I'm filing a lawsuit. Should be in excess of about like $32,000 or something like that. But anyways, they've all been served already, so they have like 14 business days or something like that to see what it is they're gonna do. But anyway,
I don't know if Mr. Quintero is still receiving those unemployment benefits. As I stated, the last payment was May 23rd. I do want to note that this is Ms. Hadley's enforcement action. I know at the last hearing there was some.
she said, I do want to note that this is Ms. Hadley's enforcement action. Usually, when someone says, well, this matter is occurring, but this is her issue, like they at that moment just said, like, well, we can't do anything. This is her action. This is her thing. Well, we can't do anything. This is her action. What do you want me to do?
Statement by Ms. Hadley stating that she did not find review hearings to be helpful.
In the last hearing, the baby mama said, I don't find these review hearings to be helpful. Well, of course not, because they're not finding any evidence, because I'm not incriminating myself, because this is voluntary. Okay? They need your consent. They need my consent. They want me to incriminate myself in their debt.
And given Mr. Quintero's complete lack of compliance, I'm not sure how helpful continued review hearings will continue to be. Nevertheless, as I stated, payments are coming in or were coming in by unemployment. At this time, the state will not be requesting review hearing, and I believe Mr. Quintero is still found to be contempt.
At this point, the state will not be doing any more review hearings. They backed out. Right then and there, they withdrew. They quit. And actually, if you were to hear the other video I did of where I called the Attorney General, they said that the case is not in their office. So there's nothing they can do. So they withdrew, they passed it to the agency, and they're just done dealing with me. I'm not done dealing with them, though.
And does not comply with any court orders.
Based on your records, are all the payments coming in as involuntary administrative payments from the unemployment or pandemic unemployment, whatever it might be?
Yes, Judge. Everything has been involuntary.
All right. I was wondering, based on my review thus far, whether it was going to make sense to have continued review hearings. Ms. Hadley, I'm not asking to be sworn in unless you would like to be at this time. But what were you requesting that the court do today?
So they're like, well, what do you want me to do about it? What do you want us to do? We tried, we tried, we tried. What do you want us to do? Oh my God.
I don't know. I just want them. I do want them to keep enforcing because I have to keep providing for our daughter. Obviously, I have since she was born, and Mr. Quintero has always made it clear that he has no intention of supporting, but has nonetheless been so harassing to me that I think it's only appropriate that we keep reminding him that financial responsibility is two parents, not one. So I don't know what the court wants to do in this matter because he won't. He contests everything. Obviously, you can see. So I don't know what we do. Last time I told the court, it was just inconveniencing me because Mr. Quintero is not. He has no desire for taking any of this. Obviously. All right. And so I'm not sure what the appropriate measures are to do. If we don't continue to have review hearings, that doesn't mean the enforcement stops. You are working with the 4D agency, and so the regular administrative.
We are working with the 4D agency. Really? I thought a judge was supposed to be mutual and unbiased and not have any kind of interest in either party other than to be a referee and settling a matter. That's not what that sounds like. I mean, we are working with the 4D agency. Okay, thanks for revealing your stance on the record.
Remedies for collection continue to be in place. All right. And you have been receiving regular payments now since for a period of months now. Is that correct? I have been receiving whatever they intercept, like a percentage of whatever they intercept. So yeah. All right. Which I'm sure when that stops, it will stop because I don't think he has any intention of paying his. So. Well, regardless, at the moment you are getting payments, even though those weren't, as far as we know, voluntary. Correct. Correct. Yeah, he's never made a voluntary payment. All right. And I'm getting a percentage, yes.
Now, their stance at this particular point is just fine because they were taking money that they had access to, right? Unemployment goes through the state and whatever, so they had access to it. Now, it is unlawful for them to take unemployment. Now, there's actually law against that. And let me see if I can find it here real quick. Here it is. So there's a few of them here. Which would be one, it's the code of regulations they're supposed to follow is in CFR 45 CFR parts 300 to 399, as well as 26 US Code 6334, and as well as 45 CFR 302.65. So unlawful search and seizure is what they are doing. So they were taking it until they have access to it. And this is also how consent works, where in law, if they unlawfully take your money and you don't do anything about it, did they break the law? No, they didn't, because you did nothing about it. This is why you must rebut everything, and you make your affidavit, which is your sworn statement under the penalty of perjury, and you file that because you don't need to swear into their jurisdiction. You can have court on paper. So you write down your status, declare who you are, what you're doing, and then you make your affirmation of your sworn statement of whatever is occurring, and then you sign it, and there's your affidavit, right? And so with your affidavit in rebutting anything is how you at least note that it's on the record. Hey, I did not consent to this, and I don't agree to this, and it basically stays on the record for you to seek your remedy from whatever harm they are causing.
Mr. Quintero, there may be some outstanding documents that you had attempted to file previously. I'm doing a review, and I will address those in writing. But for today's purposes, the court will find that it has jurisdiction over the parties and subject matter.
That is not true. It was not proven on the record. It was not proven on the record. So unless it's rebutted, them stating that is true until it's rebutted. But since it was never proven on the record, I actually filed after this for them to dismiss the matter. Again, but of course they're gonna go ahead and ignore it, like they do, which is, their due process violations. They committed so many due process violations, so I'm working on seeking my remedies separately in a different matter.
It's understood to be over the objection of Mr. Quintero. The court finds that payments are coming in regularly through administrative collection remedies, although not voluntarily. The court does not see any benefit at the moment to continuing to have review hearings.
Yeah, of course.
And therefore will not set a review hearing at this time.
Yep.
However,
it's all over.
An additional hearing could be requested in the future should that be necessary, or if payments stop.
That's when I knew it was
over. The court affirms the prior child support order for current support in the amount of $317 per month, and orders Mr. Quintero to make such payments as well as anything additional that he is able to make towards the outstanding arrearages.
This is not my debt. I have no reason to pay into
the
their
court
debt.
Will sign this minute entry. Mr. Quintero, one thing I noticed as I was reviewing some documents is it looks as if you have not complied with Judge Furlan's prior order, that on anything that you are attempting to file, you note that you have been found to be a vexatious litigant. The reason that's important is because it affects how it's routed.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They want me to stop from exposing their fraud. And now that I've exposed it, they want to look at every single little thing I file before it goes on the record. It doesn't matter. I don't do anything that they say. They have no power. They have no power.
And if it's not clearly labeled, it may not get to me as quickly for review.
I don't care.
All right. I believe that's all we can do today. Is there anything else that you are requesting, Ms. Erin?
No, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Folks, I'm going to let you go.
What happened to all those threats of incarceration? What happened to all those threats of sanctions? Did you see the last hearing that you should see that one, the March 31st or 30th hearing? At the very end of it, they said there's no finding for incarceration due to the pandemic. And I called him a liar. Where's that? Where's that? Why didn't they bring it up this time? Because that's what they're doing. They're lying. They lie. None of these people are under oath. They tell their lies, and they just want us to incriminate ourselves. Do not fall for their tricks.
About your business, what, sir? I think that was you.
Yeah, it was a
Okay,
silent
we'll go
fuck off.
ahead and
That's what it was.
adjourn the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at when I finished that. 9 minutes and 32 seconds. No jail, no sanctions. I'm not paying their debt. And in fact, I call the AG. I tell him, like, hey, we better knock this shit off. Better close this case now. They don't have it in their office, so it's with the agency. I'm like, all right, I call the agency. So what are you doing? Close this case now. You know? So they want to get something. They spent so much money. 5 judges, 4 prosecutors, and they haven't gotten a penny. And whatever they've stolen from unemployment, they took unlawfully, and they need to return that. I'll update y'all when that lawsuit is filed and when I handle my business. Till then, shout out to Chris from Child Support Made Simple who coached me and helped me out. And peep the other videos that I have on the page. And till next time. All right.